Hello and welcome to Street Interview number 5. Today we're out on the start of the Kangaroo and we are knocking on the door of Dandelyon Gifts with Oxford 42. Today I'm actually speaking with Greg Dodge. So welcome Greg. Thank you. Well, thank you for allowing me to come into your store today and interview you. Actually, it's a real honor and a pleasure. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, well, I'm 52 years young. I'm married. I'm married to a beautiful lady called Julie, who I've been married for over 30 years now. Been in a relationship with her for 32 years. And we have 3 beautiful young adults. Well, the youngest is 21 this weekend, and our oldest is 27. So we have a daughter at 27, a son at 26, and another daughter at 21. Oriel, Charlotte, and Anna. So brought those 3 in the world.
And very happy there.
32 years, as my wife always says, you get longer or shorter for murder. But jokingly, our love is genuine, and it's been through an incredible amount of ups and downs. But at the moment we're on a very big high, actually. The truth, the Dandelyon Gifts is probably born out of that love.
Well, Dandelyon Gifts is all about love and spreading love and angels and light out into the world, isn't it?
Correct. Well, it's interesting, Julie has grown, and this happened around June. And she was working in a career that, let's say, wasn't really satisfying her desire. She didn't really know what she wanted to do. She actually got diagnosed with depression around April, May, June, and she took some time off work. And she woke up in the morning and told me what a dream she had. And the dream was about dandelions and angels. And she said, I really want to do a line of clothing called Dandelion Angels. And I said, great, fantastic, I'll support you. And I was sort of between projects and jobs at that point in time. So we'd met at this sort of crossroad around June. And I said to her, but I don't think clothing, just a few hand-dyeing clothing is going to be enough. She said, well, I hand-dye scarves and I make handbags. And I said, but I'd love to make Dandelion Angels. And we both agreed. So we actually went down in July to a show in Sydney, and we saw all these angels, and we were on a mission to see what the world sort of had already in angels that we could add to our own, in terms of the clothing. So what was fantastic was in July we went to this show, and we ended up with probably about that time, about 40 plus suppliers who did angels. You know, large angels, big angels, fun angels, everything you can imagine, full-scale angels, the whole gamut. But what we actually noticed at the show were these incredible things that we hadn't thought about, which were love hearts. We saw so many different types of love deco and love-shaped home giftware. And we also saw all these beautiful, very funky lamps, heart-shaped lamps, bamboo lamps, things that we never really seen before. And I said to Julie, why don't we start another business called Lights of Love? Representing the love and the light. So what came out of that was we came back to Brisbane, and we actually had a conversation with our web designers and our graphic designers. And we were telling about these 2 businesses we wanted to start, Dandelyon Angels and Lights of Love. And we told about this fantastic jewellery we saw, which had inspirational stuff and arts and inspirational words. And the pearl, there was only about 22 seasons, all of this sounds like we should work together. So why do we call it Dandelyon Gifts? And the light bulb went up and we went, you know what, we've got a great idea. Because they all are gifts, they're gifts from the heart. So we said, what a great line, gifts to the heart. So angels, lights and love and inspiration, all form us for everything that we represent. And we're looking for, and we've found, local artists, Australian-wide, that are making love gifts. We found a ceramic artist out in Victoria. We found a glass, stained glass, beautiful hanging.
Yeah, the hanging one to capture the mind and
sun catchers, all that stuff. We've got those from the lady of Adelaide, she's made those. And then we've got hearts from Africa, we've got hearts from India, hand painted. And we've got a whole lot of stories out of the Philippines, love wallets, all this sort of clothing, and we're really excited. So we've got 1,000 products.
How was my friend? Because I've seen your store, it's been a beautiful store. You've got all these love, you've got love coming from every single part of the world.
Correct.
You've got love coming from every corner of the world.
Absolutely.
And it's all expressed just so beautifully, so beautifully from every culture.
Absolutely. And I think what we're excited about is that a gift, a lot of people don't even think about this, but when you're buying a gift for someone else, or even a gift for yourself, you're actually injecting that thought and that intent and that love in the gift. Because when someone gets that gift, they unwrap it, they keep it on their table or on the shelf, and every time they look at that, it reminds them of the person who gave it to them, not necessarily what the gift represents. But if it's a gift of love and it's a heart and it sits on the wall, it'll always be implanted in that gift. That gift of love and thought is there forever. So the interesting aspect of this is that Julie and I had not even realised that in our own home we have angels in our bedroom. We hadn't even really connected that with this business. We have love hearts on our walls at home. Wow. The symbols have always been around us, So, well, I've been in retail most of my life in the music industry, so I understand retail. But I think the gift industry was new to me, and I wanted to do something that connected. I suppose a lot of what my journey has been about over the last 7 years, or probably 10 years. Julie has had the same spiritual journey that I've had, but I knew that she's connected. Like she's always done random acts of kindness herself. Both of us have always done that collectively or individually within the different groups we work. So this business has sort of been, the culmination of our life, and it's brought it all together into this space. Even 5 years ago, I said to Julie that I'm finding from male, I was fascinated about the feminine aspects of life and history and the mystical understanding of the feminine goddesses and so on. I followed the journey of the goddess of Eva, I followed the journey of the goddess of Minerva and Sophia. And all this wisdom that I realised was wrapped around the identity of the feminine. And a lot of that, I think, we've sort of even injected into this business. The wisdom that we've both acquired has meant this sort of peak point in our lives with this business. All the learning that Julie's got, all the learning I've got, we put it together into Dandelyon Gifts.
That's really wonderful. Now, you've got quite a few different little aspects in your life. You've been married for 17 years. You've got 3 beautiful grown-up children.
Yep.
You've been in the music industry and you've become a musician and artist.
Yes.
And now you've got an incredible, beautiful store of love.
Yep.
Where you get to go out and give love to every single person out in the world. You're a gift of love, you're a gift of love. I want to ask you, is communication important in all these aspects of your life?
Yes, big time. I think since we've been married 7 years, and to be perfectly honest, it's never just a clear sailing journey. And Julie and I really respect where we're at right now. We really are so thankful where we've arrived today. Because 12 months ago, we were at a very low point in our relationship. And I think our communication had actually all been separated. And communication is a two-way thing. It's not a one-way thing. It takes two to communicate. One's got to listen, one's got to say it, and you've got to integrate those two roles. That's the real big relearning that we have. You sort of know it and then goes, oh yes, I know that. But you don't. What collapsed for us in our relationship was that I'd actually fallen out of love with each other for a very short time, but not really totally lost it, but I felt fallen in love with someone else. I'm not really there, but I had a fascination with someone. And I realised that is human, it's okay. it's actually okay to do that, because I don't think the morning to this life is purely knowledge. That's just a cultural thing we get to, we believe in God and the Western culture. So I have moved on and grown and really had, and I was thinking, she's not listening to me, she doesn't like what I like. But, to help that communication was an outside person, and we got someone to allow us to listen to each other. They didn't necessarily fail, they just need their guidance. And once we reconnected that communication, we realised that, we've built a beautiful life. We've had an incredible journey. Ourselves, I've had businesses before, one failed. Julie's back with me, we've lost everything. We've had 3 beautiful kids that have grown up, and one's married, and they've all got different partners. It's too much to walk away from such a great history with each other. That's what I'm saying. So communication was, we had to reconnect, we had to reconnect, and we had to remind us that when we do this many times a day, that people around Jill and I hug each other, give each other a kiss, and I say, I love you. It's really nice. She's just the same. And we're constantly now reminding each other about gender. Absolutely. Oh, that's so good. And even the book. We can be working together in a very small space with the at the moment. We actually spent 3 months side by side working and doing our online store. We sat, rather than facing each other across an office, we sat side by side, so we could actually just touch each other every now and again to remind. That was a message. Yeah, we're doing that stuff, and we just go, okay, this is great to be here, and that's actually important. So, it's not just
No,
it is.
Communication is more than just
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay, so communication is very important, especially in relationships. And communication has been lost, and the relationship can be lost as well. So re-establishing communication is there for the two of you to reunite and understand and grow together.
I think a lot of people think, and I hear it when I talk to a lot of guys when they're having a problem with their partner, and I say, please, go and get someone outside, whether it's a counsellor, just to listen, I'm not interested. I said, look, they're what's my problem. If you aren't prepared to speak honestly and openly about your feelings and everything, it's going to be down the spot. You won't build motivation, and unless she doesn't want you to, because that's exactly what it's going to happen. If you do have some love in there, somewhere important to that person, you will go and get the help, get the support. It doesn't matter who it is, because it's about you. It's not about even that other person. That is the guide you to get those commitments. So you understand frequency.
Yeah.
And it will get you.
And you get on the same page.
That's right. And if you can't, communication is when it does break down. If it does break down, and you realise that we are on different frequencies, and there is no chance. One of us is A and one of us is A. There's no chance, really, unless you're both willing to work on it. We both agree. One party is not going to communicate, then it will break down.
Like you said earlier, communication is a two-way street.
Absolutely.
Both people need to be willing and wanting to communicate and have the intention of communicating with both of you to do all the different work. Like I said, if it's not there, then it's a matter of recognizing that and then saying that what's best for both of us and then switch and go.
And that's fine too.
And that's well.
Absolutely. Of course it is.
It is.
Because each of us are working as well as individuals, and you can find a partner and you can work together and you can stay together. That's right. But if I can understand why it's not for everyone, because everyone has it's not working, then you're right, because it's actually going to make each other tired than working in a relationship that's got, because there's always enough to you anyway, and that's not going to work for everyone, for a while, to live. So, takes two to tango, right? And I was thinking that I'm smiling because it's handout is all about communication, not in words. The lead and both feeling the movement to work together.
With working unison together as well.
Absolutely. But that's for individuals, and then of course there's communication in the broader aspect, in the community, in the broader sense. And obviously I've got business background. And over the last 4 years I started working in my option for 2 roles in the business of council, local councils. And I realised I'd never really been involved in working with governments and chamber of commerce and schools. So it's sort of communication between those sectors are totally different. So I work and my life has been centred around business. We are also seeing, well, that's why I talk about people themselves. Now, if my friend works for council, I always think, oh, well, they work for council and they only do things that are told to them by politicians who policy. Schools are there to educate and, they have their universe. And all of those schools create a universe with a good 1,000+ people involved with that include families. They're not interested in businesses, they're not interested in the council. But what I find is bringing those groups of people together and sitting down with the representatives of the individuals within those groups and try to understand each other's point of view to arrive at an outcome that is meeting everyone's agenda. That's something I've really enjoyed doing more recently, with Project Dream It Up.
Love Dream It Up. Yeah.
That's what I start.
Okay. Actually, it was actually really good being a speaker for all those kids in the Dream It Up Festival. And I know standing up in the audience and talking about people communicating themselves, I know that I've actually touched and reached someone. Yeah. And it will change their life for the better.
We always get our KPI, our kids dedicated for Dream It Up, was if we change one person's life, one young person's life in that room of 900 or 1,000 who are in that room that day, then we've created a change. That is the drop the pedal in that pond, and the ripples will go outwards, and we know that it has made a profound difference there, and the ramifications won't be 10 years, and with this probably another 10 years, but they certainly bear or change. So I love it. And it's not easy. Can I tell you, when these parties together, I must say, was a very successful businessman that worked with. And actually, he'd been the campaign manager for getting the mayor into local council. Now, this gentleman was a very, very conscious businessman. He came to these meetings with the schools, chamber of commerce, the councils. He left out of frustration because they couldn't see what he could see, and therefore he just went, you know what, I'm not going to attend because they don't get it. Now we persevered and tried to then understand more so we could better communicate and find the frequency that they would respond to.
And did it work?
Of course it works. Yeah. We had an outcome. We had 3 successful outcomes, 3 years consecutively, bringing those together, the whole community. And when I think community, I'm not just talking about, I'm talking about business. And we had IKEA, we had all the good small businesses involved as well. So it wasn't about just big businesses, small local budget, and community groups, non-profits, all kinds of things.
I'm actually really interested in community, and I was pretty sure that you were grateful that you have experience because it's that communication that you're supposed to be with, and it's about understanding each person and each party's point of view, and then helping the other parties to understand what it is that you're all trying to achieve.
Great.
So you've got all these multifaceted parts of your life. You've dealt with very large corporations, you've dealt with very small sole trader businesses, you've got all these really not-for-profit organizations, all these kids, you've helped to Dream It Up Festival, and help them become a musician. You've got your own children as well, and your wife.
And the baby boomers that
And the baby boomers.
I changed their lives. 5 years I did that as a project, around Australia, engaging baby boomers to find and create themselves. And that's probably what started on this great journey, that I'm still in the beginning of. But there's great things coming.
I want to ask you a question. In all of these aspects of work and life and community and business and things like that in your life, does the communication is important in all of it? What makes communication so important?
Well, I think for me, just my observation, what makes it important. I think to stop sometimes and look at it from another point of view, from the other person's point of view, and stop trying to take things in from your own beliefs and your own values to actually find and try to see what it might be like from their view. They actually find their frequency actually, and unbeknownst that's a lot of the things I do. When to give you an example, in the city that I was working with, close to Western, there is a very strong cultural mix of people. Now, predominantly, a lot of people from Polynesia. The Polynesian embraces Samoan, Tongan, Maori, the islands, and you realise a lot of people, unfortunately, have a view, a point of view. Western Europeans tend to have a view. What I want to do is understand their point of view. So I did a lot of research about individual countries and their own history and a bit of their own cultural history, going back 200 years, 300 years, 400 years, find out about what makes their community and those definers of who they are very important. So when I started forming a relationship with a young Samoan chap called Kitch, who was one of our dream artists, I got talking to him about his cultural background, and he wasn't even aware that Samoan culture was so rich. And I said, you investigate it yourself. I've done it. You need to do it yourself. I'm not going to give it to you originally. So he did. He went back home 2 weeks and explored it. He came back a totally different person. And he knows that he found the roots. He went beyond, he pulled the onion layers away to find the true meaning of who he was. And that's where a lot of those kids lose their identity. They need to go and find who their father's father, where they came from, what they stand for as a culture, and then come through that, and it places them exactly where they need to be in a Western culture. That's a very comfortable. So it was me understanding those cultures, and I had not anything training that, but I realised that I could go off and learn that, and then understand that, walk in the moccasins of the other people. So I suppose that's translated. The question is understanding the other point of view. Try to comprehend why they're thinking that way, or why they do things, and then join it, I go back to that wisdom thing, right? The opposite of wisdom is ignorance. So, in a Western world, our ignorance to Polynesian culture, taking that as an example, is unique to us, right? Because we may have a point of view, we've never really analysed it. Now, I have a beautiful relationship with someone who I know will going to be speaking to this world, which is Marla. Now, Marla I met back in 92, 93, and even back then in my own ignorance. But this is how my elements of awareness were even awake back then. I said to them back then when I met them, parents of the family, I've never met anyone from the islands. I said, I will hear actually, people come from Kentucky. And I said, I know nothing about Kentucky, which was the truth. So she came in and bought me a whole bunch of books to read. And the interesting all of the Tahiti, and I put them on my shelf at home, and they stayed there for many years. And every now and then I just put them on. I never really understood. One of them came back last year, and I hadn't seen her for 7 years. And she turned up with a full model on the point, and her family separated in different directions. And I knew her son because she had a very large family. And I said to Marama, I want to know more about the Maori culture. And she said, it's amazing, I'll tell you everything you want to know. So she set up a special day where her and Mum and their mother came and spent probably 3 hours, and they sang and they told stories about the culture. So when you talk about education, it's the fact of removing your ignorance and asking the question. And they said that because we asked, they gave us that opportunity, and also a pretty special opportunity. So I'm very touched by the communication connection of asking, they listened, they then go back.
Like if people are wanting to know and they ask questions, everyone is willing to share their knowledge, share their wisdom, and share their understanding as well. And it's like what you've done in Australia.
I'm Tasmanian, actually. Different Australia.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and then you've gone to Marama and you said you please teach me, I want to know about Maori.
It's my little business, though, who I am. This is another little story, right?
Yeah.
I'm a 6th generation, possibly 7th in my chain, I haven't actually got it before the doctor. But my great-great-great-great-grandfather came on the 2nd fleet from overseas. I'm not even sure it was out of London or whether it was out of the Dutch, out of Holland. And arrived at North Island in 1789. Now, the fact that I know that put a very firm place in my history. My lines of history of who my family being and where I stick in the chain of my tree, my life. And that's the same with Kitch. When he went back to Sloan and found his father's father's father and so on, and realised that it was after him about Chinese. But the Chinese and the Germans invaded about 100 years ago. So it was only natural that most of them know about Chinese and German life. Most of them never realised that. And he's okay with that. That's the thing. Like he goes, okay, that's why when I look back and my great-great-great-grandfather, John Voyage, as he came out of the ship, married an ex-convict lady who was released from prison in the local prison on the island, had 11 children. And when you know that, it just shows you, you sort of go, whoa, there's this line. It gives you a sense of place and meaning. Because I left Tasmania to the mainland to make a difference, and I knew that it was only my opportunity to really make an impression or do anything. It was too small. But I also know in Australia it's a very small population in relation to other countries in the world. So I even know my place in Australia has 2 million against 280 million in Indonesia. It's more for us, or 283 million in the US. And so we can make a difference in this place. And it's there, I'm in the right place at the right time to make a serious difference. And I'm only beginning that. All these things I made about to what I need to do now. They were my training and they were my passion. Correct.
So I want to ask you, you actually had a message about communication. What would that be?
Laugh often and much.
Love it.
Well, I mean, it's like, Ralph got a limit right at the time. But the truth is it wasn't Ralph's. But let's say everyone knows that the truth is it's a lady, and it was in 1900 in the Lincoln Tribune. There was a competition for people to write in about what defines success. And it was a poem called What is Success. And it was actually written by a local Dandelyon. Now the interesting thing is Ralph Emerson, the famous poet, he actually used to write a column, and it was appearing in the opposite page. because they won the competition, it actually got attributed to Raphael. The original version is available online, and it's a variation on it to laugh so much, to know that you have affected one child, that you looked after one garden patch, that you may have changed one social condition, that is perhaps sort of lived, that one life was breathed easy because you actually lived. That really struck accordingly when I heard that, and to laugh so much. It's true. Because at the end of the day, to communicate is not to take life so seriously. To look at life and laugh at all its paradoxes and all the people that you are on different frequencies to you. And it's sad. Don't try to change them, to change the way you look at them. And then all of a sudden your ignorance starts opening up to wisdom. So laugh often the most is the thing that when I'm really down, if I ever get down, it's very rare. But when my wife, I said to her, it's only a job, it's only a role. Why is going to offer you much more? You know what I mean? And that sort of cosmic joke that, we should laugh more. And it's good for you to stay.
And laugh
Exactly. Absolutely.
All right. Great. I want to thank you so much for allowing me to come with us today. It's been another pleasure to do that, and I absolutely love everything that you said today.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I hope someone gets something out of it, something alive that can make
Great. Thank you very, very much. This has been streaming review number 5, and I'm Stephanie Jewish from Trading the Transformation, and we have been welcomed into Dandelyon Gifts and Office in 42. So until the next time, you see me out on the street roving and knocking on someone's door, asking whether you're in communication with them. Go and have a most outstanding day. Bye guys.